Alright. Hello everybody, welcome to the 20th day of posting my post market analysis every day until you beg me to stop. Alright, so I'm going to be joining my trades from yesterday and today together as I was not able to, post yesterday because I had to support my country, Nigeria, as they were playing the semi-finals in the AFCON tournament. I mean, we lost, but I love my boys. All right, so let's get into the charts. Yesterday wasn't a very great day. I mean, I had a loss, but that's not even why. It was because I knew that I could have, made more money than I did, or saved. I would have cut my loss more than I did, basically. So I'm going to be taking you through it. I think my first trade was not on EU; it was on gold. Yes, sure. I already highlighted it yesterday, 2 p.m. Yes. All right. So what did I see and how did I take the trade yesterday? Let's go through it. Okay. I want to quickly mark out the zones. All right. So quickly mark out this zone. And why is this a zone? Why is this a zone of you know concern? This is because if we look deeply, if I zoom in, you see that it didn't break this. This candle didn't break it, so it didn't break until this candle. So it was an engulfing for sale before this, and then after this it became an engulfing failed for buy, right? And what did I see next? This was hmm, I see. All right, so the reason I said was basically was because I learned that I have been making a mistake of marking this kind of levels, like a buy candle and a sell candle, or the open of this sell candle when it is beside the buy candle. I've been marking it as a key level. So I learned that I just learned yesterday that I've been doing it wrongly. For some reason, I don't know how I learned it. I don't know how I just, spoke to my mentor and, you know, he corrected that. In fact, he was wondering how I, he was wondering who taught me because he was sure that he didn't teach me that. So this trade, it was a loss, but now I see where it is coming from. It's coming from one, there was no key level in the first place because there's no data behind around this place. Also, that there's no level that this candle rejected. This candle didn't reject any level, and yeah, it didn't reject any level, and I shouldn't have taken this trade. But let me just take you through it briefly. So let's just keep this in mind. There was this level, and then I know that I should look for my TCs for buys, and I saw I saw my TC for buy here. This is a zone for buy. All right, this is my buy zone, buy, and then this is a rejection. This is a proper RK or this is rejection. I entered here and I got stopped out even before it went up. So I always try to protect this a little. So you can see I got stopped out here before I even did this tiny push, right? So that was all. So I can see two things here that I mean it was a proper loss basically. If only it was a proper loss if we had a key level. And I can see that I didn't even have a key level in the first place. So if I knew what I know now when I was taking this trade, I wouldn't have taken it because there was no key level in the first place. So that is all for. I didn't see any trade today on for on gold rather. So my trade yesterday for this, and this is where I could have at least made, okay, I made a little profit, $8 basically. But I mean, I didn't take a loss on this, but then I could have taken more, and I'm going to show you how I could have. All right, so this is my zone on 4 hours. For some reason, I don't regard um daily and weekly key levels as much as I mark them, but I don't follow them. And my mentor is mad at it genuinely because it affects some of my trades, and I see that it affects them. But I just think I want to, trade as much as I can, and I just don't want too much factors limiting me. Of course, this is reducing my win rate, but I mean, eventually, I think I'll get how I can, merge it together and have you know, a better execution process. So I see this buy zone on 4 hours. 4 hours is like my basic 4 hours below 4 hours, 30 minutes, 4 hours, 1 hour, 30 minutes. Currently, they are my best time frames, right? So I see this, and then what do we see? We see that this is a proper key level here, and yeah, this is a proper key level here. Market rejects this place. Let me delete this as I already got my key level. So I know that from here I should be looking for buys, right? And what did I see on 1 hour? Yeah, sorry that it's all sloppy, right? So on 1 hour we already had our buy zone, which made the job easier for me to see buy. And what did I see on 1 hour? I see that market gave me a rejection. Oh, okay, yeah. Market gave me this rejection, this particular black candle. And what did I do? I, you know, first, it was actually, I won't even blame time. It was just, I've just noticed that after 3 p.m., market doesn't do so much. Do you get? And here, I should have maybe gone for a 1:1, genuinely, or that, done this. And when I saw that I was going, because I wasn't too much on the chart. I think I was out. I was not on the chart, so I know that I could have, just locked in profit basically. But I locked in $8 around this place afterwards, and it was annoying. Also because it was the last hour. See, this is 3 o'clock. This market opens, okay, 3 o'clock. Then this is like the last hour. From 5 p.m. I should have thought of, closing the trade. Do you get? Because I before it went all the way down, it went up just a little more. Can you see? So I could have, closed the trade at maybe, let's see, 1 to 5. Yeah, basically. And this is like, of course, this is not like my regulars. And genuinely, I think if I'm maintaining like taking profit or partials at 1:5, I mean 1:1.5, right? I think I'll have a better, you know, I'll have a better account balance basically. Maybe not as much as I want, but then my balance will actually compound very well. And that is something I'm also considering. Taking profit or even doing a 1:1.5 if I see that my trades constantly, goes to 1:1 before it, drops down. Most of five, maybe 5 out of 10 trades, I see that they do at least 1:1 before they eventually pump down. So if I can be doing that, that's genuinely sorry I did that. That's genuinely, good. Because with if I'm risking $1,000 for example and I'm making 1.5, if that's yes 1.5, I mean 1.5, I do it like, let's say I have a 60% win rate for example on 1:1. That's like making 3K on every 10 trade. Do you get? So that's not poor at all, genuinely. It's not bad at all. So moving on, yeah. So that is how I took yesterday's trade. So today's trade was a good one. It wasn't on. I saw the setup on EU, but then I took the trade on GU. GU was, a part of the team today. As I think I'm going to be relegating gold for some reason. I know it's surprising, but then I think I'm going to be, not relegating. I'll just put gold will not be my startup again, like my first two. Maybe to be EUG. But what I'll be doing is I won't be taking same. If I see that there are two setups, do you get they have the same setup, I'll probably just take one that I think is the cleanest. I mean, I'll just take the cleanest of them and leave the other one. Do you get? So that is something I would consider going forward. Even though both of them did very well today, same setup, same time actually, not same setup, but it was it happened almost at the same time. So let me show you the trade on GU today. So I saw this zone, and I'll show you the same trade on sorry, I'm going to show you the same trade on EU because I mean something similar happened. So on 4 hours we see our sell zone, right? And I mark out my key level. Now this place is a key level. Why? Because it broke. Unlike this place, this is a buy candle then a sell candle. Even though it broke some key levels behind, if you look from here, it is still not a key level because there's a buy candle before it. That is the mistake I was making before now, but it has been corrected by God's grace. All right, so I have my cell zone here. This is like the first engulfing, but then I eventually this was where I entered because market didn't pull back into the ZC, but then it pulled back into a TC, and yeah, so what did I see? An engulfing field, and what did I see again? Trigger. So I allowed because of the what's the name? Because of the length of the wick, I allowed it to, pop up a little, oh, sorry, somewhere. I didn't enter at the open. I entered somewhere here. It wasn't a lot of difference, but then it was, in my stop loss here. You know what is funny today? I didn't set my TP at 1 is to 3. I set my TP at 1 is to 1. Maybe somewhere here. And see how well it went. I could have easily done 1 is to 3 today, but I don't know. I've not just. I think I have to. I've not built as much confidence as I should have when it comes to holding trades. So I think what I should be doing is I think I have to master 1 is to 1 first. Do that for like say 2 weeks or maybe 3 weeks, as long as I see fit, and then move to a higher you can maybe then go to a 1 is to 2 and then go further from there. Because genuinely, I I don't know, it annoys me every time markets does a 1 is to 1 and then maybe goes up and then goes down and all of those things. I don't know, I just don't feel right. It makes me very uncomfortable. So what I want to do now is just stick with like 1 is to 1 for now, or open two positions, one TP at 1 is to 1 and the other one right to my 1 is to 3. I'll break my risk. $250 I'll put into two, or say $300. So 150 for 1 is to 1 and the other 150 runs 1 is to 3. So that way I'm maybe gaining a little or losing it. Do you understand? Or losing everything. Oh yeah. So that is for GU. And yeah, let me show you the one for EU. Almost same setup. In fact, GU EU had this zone on 4 hours, and yes, EU had this zone on 4 hours, and yes, we can mark this as a key level. why it is not a buy candle, unlike this one. Do you get? So this is a key level. It broke previous key levels. I would have loved to, because of our time, let me just believe me that this is a key level, and this candle broke a previous key level. Um, yeah, so we know that we should be looking for sales from 11 a.m. So what did I see on 30 minutes? Yeah, I think it was 30 minutes. Yes, I saw this. I saw this buy zone on sell zone rather, on 30 minutes, and then my RK was somewhere. It was ooh, RK was, I think it was far away. I don't remember. Yeah, it was far away. I didn't take this particular, like I said, I didn't take this particular setup, but I was, monitoring. Yeah, this is my hierarchy here. My hierarchy was here, and he, yeah. So he tapped in, and I could have, entered at the open of this candle, as the week is not very long. Set my TP, of course, not this far, but somewhere here, and see, do one is to here, one is to 10. If I get it 1:10, that's like I'm done for the week. I'm done for next week, in fact. Right? So yeah, I think that is everything. And all right, so let me quickly show you let me show you how the um account is going. So you see that I am okay. Let me share the tab. All right, so this is our current state. Like I said, one trade yesterday. Where is it? Yeah. Okay, two trades yesterday rather. These two trades. This is the two, one EU, one gold. Two. I told you I made $8 on one and lost basic between $250 and 300. I don't even know why I set this to 230, but I mean, at least I have like the range is not very far away. So on today GUSL, I told you I took a 1:1 after, I mean a 1:1.3 or something, and that's why I reached about $250, and I got this right. So um what else? What else? What else? Yeah, that's it. So my profile. So we're back on our usual 0.1. I mean, it was in drawdown like 2 days ago, and of course, my trades today, brought it. And I like that I am able to, I'm able to go back in profit with just one trade. Do you understand? I mean, that makes sense because it gives me room to, it gives me some level of comfort. You know what I'm saying? So it gives me a good level of comfort if you know, take a loss and take two losses maybe, and then one trade can bring you back. Do you get? So I don't know how I am going to be doing it, but I know I'm going to, try to shuffle around doing a 1:1, or I will get it right. I mean, this account is for me getting it right. I mean, it's just for me to, make the mistakes, correct the mistakes, and all of those. So I hope this was a good session. This is like our 20th day, and I'm very excited that I'm able to do something for at least, I'm able to do something for not 20 consecutive days, but I mean 20 times at least. All right, thank you very much for joining today. I'm going to see you on day 21.